Hey guys, can you hear me, Jacob?
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, we're here in round 6 of the Vancouver, British Columbia Regional Championship. I'm joined by Jacob Van Wagner for this round.
Hey.
The people, Jacob. And we're going to be watching Tristen Schoostra play against Aaron Rozbicki. As we get later into these tournaments, we like to feature the players who are basically playing win-and-ins every round. Whoever loses this match will not be able to make the top 8. So, although the records are only 3-2, Tristen is playing quite the interesting deck, and it means a lot. You know, the person who wins is going to move on. They each probably have to win their next 2 and then draw into the top 8. So, these certainly mean a lot. Have you seen any of the Flareon decks around at all, Jacob, besides this one?
I played against one, and I believe round 3. It wasn't a very strong list, I don't think. It did. They played Flareon, Leafeon, Espeon, the whole gang. So far, I really like what I'm seeing from Tristen. Immediately, I enjoy it because he played a fan club. So, right out, just from looking, he got a fan club for, what was that, a Litleo and an Eevee. So I feel like he's going to be pretty favored in this matchup, just because he's like fire dot
Flareon,
deck.
yeah. He's playing, I believe he's playing Flareon, Leafeon, Pyroar, and Raichu is kind of his big basics build. You see him dumping that Raichu to power up Flareon's attacks. We don't see many of these decks around anymore. They were sort of popular last year. At this time, I know Puka played the Flareon deck for
quite some time.
Yeah, he played it for a long time, but he played it for Fort Wayne regionals that he top 16, I think. And
yeah, I think so.
It's kind of around a little bit last year. Just kind of all non-EXs, just being able to kind of trade well with your opponents. If you can knock out one EX every time they knock out 2 of your things, you're even.
Yeah.
If you go above that, you're winning.
And if you get cheeky and play Life Dew, then you're really
just
doing some trouble.
We see Aaron plays a town map into I assume it was a Juniper. And
yeah, it was a Juniper.
If he doesn't have another Pokemon, he could be in real trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about attaching that grass to the Genesect. I would have tried to just draw the Virizion off the Juniper.
I mean, I think it's fine, assuming he plays Colorless Machine. So maybe he was just trying to go for the, maybe he won't get it. And then, all right.
Wow.
What is that attack called?
I think he did the bigger attack.
No, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did the second attack.
Let me look it up. I'm not actually sure what that card does. Apologies, folks. Let me see it off. Tristen off
if it's not Vengeance, we have no idea.
Yeah, Tristen off to an incredible start. Aaron promotes his Mewtwo, and I mean, Aaron was already in a rough place versus literally any deck.
Yeah. Do you know if Aaron plays double colorless?
I can only assume he does because he has Mewtwo.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Right. Because if he has one here, then he's in a pretty decent spot because he gets I think it's like Flame Tackle.
Is that the attack name?
I think so.
I'm
something
looking it
like
up
that
right now.
It does 90, obviously, and then I think it's either 10 or 30. I feel like it's an odd number damage.
Right.
But if he does have a DC, then he's in not a bad spot because Tristen had to play his hand out to make that play. So he's going off whatever he gets on his prizes. I can't really tell from here.
Yeah, I can't see what he got either.
Going for a Mr. Mime.
Getting a Mr. Mime seems strange there.
Yeah, I don't know what that'll do for him, really.
Contents of his hand.
Oh, I guess he's just going to hide behind it and force the odd prize, yeah. I mean, that's fair, I guess. Here's another Juniper here.
And there's 7 cards. Okay, there is a Virizion. I was going to say, we haven't... Seeing him not get that Virizion there maybe said to me, like, he's not playing... Maybe he's just playing a deck that runs Genesect. You know what I mean?
We see a training center from Tristen.
And do a Muscle Band and a Juniper with his last 3. What's the training center do?
It gives Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon plus 30 hit points.
So the Flareon has 130 now?
So that is one beefy Flareon we're looking at right now.
Is the Flareon 130 or 120 now? Regardless of the damage, I'm not sure what it is.
130. It has 100 hit points.
Goodness.
Yeah, which is why I think Aaron was going for the turn 2 Megalo Cannon, but then obviously we see that that didn't really pan out so well.
And there's the Audino.
Okay, so it is 10 damage because the Audino just healed that off.
Right.
Okay. Wow.
Well, this is a big game. This
This
deck
is
looks
spooky.
insane.
I love it so much.
And there's the knockout.
Yep.
Promotes the Mewtwo. He has a Virizion in his hand too, but that seems like a death wish to play.
Yeah, I don't think
I mean,
you would wanna play that
if
down.
I'm Aaron here, honestly, at this point, I may just play it out to see what's in Tristan's deck, because I think that's important in this kind of deck.
Definitely.
But maybe not reveal too much of what's in my deck.
Right.
Maybe not reveal the color switching. He can definitely still win from this point. I don't think he's completely out of it, but he's definitely behind. And
Yeah.
I think it might be best just to try and conceal as much information as possible.
Yeah, and if he's able to keep that Litleo from evolving into a Pyroar, which I feel like he's going to try and do with this Genesect here to get a Megalo Cannon off, or a Red Signal off, I apologize. I think he could stay in it pretty well, because it seems Tristen has gone up pretty quick, and here comes an end to 3.
Yeah, he should have 3 left. It looks like he has 2, but he should have 3.
Right.
And this is how Aaron can win this game too.
Yeah, that's his out, is being able to just end Tristen out of cards.
Clearing
Just
off
end
all
him
the
out of
energy
game.
on the board. NM low. Hopefully he doesn't draw the Pyroar.
Right.
And
He's getting the knockout here thanks to that second attack doing the 10 damage to the Flareon. It kind of it makes the
right, exactly.
it makes the stadium not irrelevant, but he just needs the muscle band now instead, and he got it obviously. So he's gonna get the knockout here.
And there's the knockout for 1 prize.
And he used that town map turn 1, so he gets to choose what he's
Right.
taking
I
off.
assume he'll take the G booster. I don't know what else is in his hand though. I couldn't see what he took.
No, yeah, I couldn't tell.
Attach the Litleo, promotes the Flareon, and I think a Colorus. Colorus for 4 is not the best, but off an end of 3, can't really hope for too much more.
I don't think he took the G booster.
No, he didn't. The G booster is on the leftmost on the bottom. I'm not sure what he took.
Mm-hmm.
The G booster is not entirely relevant because you really don't want to have Genesect active, but against Pyro, which are only out, so I thought maybe he'd take it. But he can probably take more prizes before he needs it.
Oh, we see a.
There's 4 cards.
I can't imagine he won't play that Ultra Ball here.
Yeah, he has to just win his deck, I think, and
he has to grab a Pyroar.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
he just passes the turn back. Interesting
I
line of play.
I don't like that. I mean, I guess he's hoping that he just doesn't have a
red
way
signal.
to knock out the. Yeah, hope he doesn't have a Red Signal or a Lysander.
Yeah, that seems.
If he does, Aaron is definitely still in this game.
That seems risky.
No.
That Litleo has been on the bench for turns, right? He didn't just evolve, or he didn't just get on the bench.
He got it out turn 1.
Yeah. Interesting play. I wonder. Maybe they're all prized or something, but ending him again.
Yeah, I don't know how thick of a Pyro line he plays in there.
Yeah, he could very easily play a 1-1. Focus on the Flareon.
Yeah.
Kind of sad. Like I hope that. I mean, obviously, remain unbiased. I just want to see the best players win. But this Tristan's deck seems insane, and it would be great to see it at least do well, if not make the top 8.
He started out 3-0.
I believe he started out 3-0. Yeah. Which kind of makes sense. This type of deck seems a lot better versus a random field, and then once you start getting against maybe the better players or the more consistent decks, you're going to have a little bit of a harder time. And there's the Megaphone.
He could have gone for the high 5 by playing that Ultra Ball, though.
I'm
a little disappointed he didn't.
And there's 2 more. There's a Pyro there. Do you happen to know Flareon's retreat cost? I assume it's 1. 2.
It's 2. Yeah.
All right. Flareon's a bigger guy than I thought. And of his own in his hand, that's not going to do too much good. Leafeon shouldn't do.
I don't think it'll be very relevant.
Yeah. Passes the turn back.
Again.
Aaron looks like he's under a bit of pressure here.
Yeah.
Again, I guess he attached to the Genesect before he found the Virizion, but really not caring about Emerald Slash here seems strange to me.
I feel like he just has to be overly aggressive.
Very aggressive. Yeah.
We see a Lysander in Tristan's hand, so that Pyro is going to come in for a play.
Yeah, the Pyro can come in and knock out that Genesect.
Yep.
There's the knockout. Tristen at 1 prize, and I don't actually know if Aaron has outs now to this Pyro.
No, it doesn't.
Obviously,
I can't
Lysanders or Pokemon catchers or something like that, but the G
I mean, theoretically, if Tristen never sees another Pyro or Fire, then he could just Lysander. There's 4 prizes available on Tristan's bench, so if
That's true. That's
if
true.
it just works out that way in favor of Aaron, then
was unfortunate.
He does have a win condition on the board.
Right. Was unfortunate that Tristen had discarded the fire there to get that knockout.
Yeah.
Because he has an N in his hand as an only draw supporter.
I feel like he should have just held that fire instead of putting it on Litleo.
I feel like, in all honesty, I might have just. I mean, I agree with you. I also feel like I might have just attacked the Mewtwo. Because he can't attack you back, right? Just attack it twice and then Lysander later.
No, yeah.
Obviously, I think his thinking was just the only threat on the board. You want to take care of it, and kind of one more Lysander will win you the game. But he's in kind of an awkward spot here if he doesn't draw anything. Yeah, there's a G-Booster, the only answer to Pyroar. And he does play Energy Switch, so it's possible.
If he gets another, like a switch attached, energy switch, we could see a G-Booster out of the variant here. But that's sort of the dream.
And he passes the turn. Oh, Tristen with the Juniper off the top, dumping a bunch of Pokemon in the discard pile too, which is probably not relevant anymore. Yeah. Probably not relevant anymore, but I'm pretty sure he just dropped 4.
He did, yeah.
And there's a fire. And there's another Pyro. It was a Flareon, actually, not a Pyroar.
Yeah.
He has a Lysander in his hand. I really want to see him attach to the Pyroar attack and just there's a Lysander next turn.
Yeah.
I could even see, if he wasn't at literally 1 prize, I could even see him holding the fire just in case it gets crushing hammered or something silly off.
Yeah.
But being end to 1 is just insane there.
This is pretty strong for him to just have the 80 here.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to discard.
Aaron draws, and Aaron. I guess Aaron could still have the attach energy switch play. But if not, he's gonna need either that or an N, or his game 1's gonna go to
I think he needs all of that in order to solidify his place in this game.
Yeah. And another Virizion. Second energy. A switch. He must have it. There's a Skylar for the energy switch. He knows all his prizes.
Yeah. I actually thought that was an energy switch in his hand, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
He's counting up the Vengeance Fuel.
Yeah.
Energy switch the Genesect. He's forced a G-Booster.
Yep.
That's a really interesting rules like interaction too. Obviously it's been around for a while, so everyone knows it.
What interaction?
G-Booster versus Pyroar. It's just kind of strange how that works.
Oh, yeah. He grabs what I think was a Jirachi off of his prize?
I think that was a Jirachi as well.
Yeah, that's going to be good for him.
Evolving. Tristen needs a DCE. I think he'll win if he has a DCE. He has so many Pokemon in the...
Yeah, he will.
In the discard pile. Looks like he can... Lysander the Mewtwo. Oh, Lysander the Virizion.
Oh, that's fair. Whatever it is, it's going to not get knocked out by Vengeance, so...
Yeah.
Separating out the Pokemon so we can count it easier later. Did he put down? Oh, that was a Lysander. I thought he had a fire energy.
No, yeah, he played the Lysander.
He just had a Lysander.
I don't actually know how I feel about that. He is in a tough spot either way.
Yeah, I think he just might be banking on top decking to stay in the game. This will be a Skylift or a switch out of Aaron here. Oh wow, Tristen top deck the Juniper.
Alright, 7 card. Alright, hopefully that's 7.
Juniper's very strong.
There's a double colorless.
Yep,
and game 1 goes to Tristen Schoostra. Wow, what a game. Aaron throwing down his hand in disgust. Interesting. So while we're on between games, tell us a little bit about yourself, Jacob. How'd you do in this tournament? What'd you choose to play, etc., etc.?
I the cards just weren't in it for me today. I went 2-3 and I ended up dropping. You know, it's an 8-round tournament, 8 rounds of Swiss, so you'd have to go 6-2 or better in order to make cut. And I decided I'm all the way up here in BC. I want to just, you know, hang out and have some fun for the rest of the night.
At 2-3, I think you have to literally win out to get prizing.
You have to win out to make like top 32 or something. I'm just, I don't really care that much about it, about like 8 packs or whatever. So
and
today,
what did you decide to play?
I decided to play Seismitoad Garbodor with like water energies and crushing hammers, similar to basically the same deck as what Jason Klesinski played in Texas, I believe.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, one of whatever. It was all right. I had a lot of weird situations where I would just have nothing in my hand, so I was like, oh, all right, that's fair, I guess.
That'll happen. You ended up 2-3, you said?
2-3, yeah.
2-3 drop.
Yeah. The games were all pretty close, but
I know that Chase Maloney is also playing that deck, same list as you.
Yeah.
As is.
There's a couple cards different. He has a Jirachi in his, which I think is very good.
Okay.
I was kind of mad that I decided not to do it.
Right.
So.
What about is Trevor playing that deck as well?
Yes.
Reed?
Yes.
Okay.
Chase and Trevor have the same list.
They're doing all right with it. So
yeah, they're doing fine. So I'm happy that at least they're doing good with it.
Right. The deck seems good. It seems high risk, high reward.
Oh, definitely.
But just like if you hit it, like I saw Ethan who's also playing it. Basically everyone from our team is playing it, I think.
Yeah.
Just get like
everyone who's here.
Turn 1, Quaking Punch with a Crushing Hammer to knock out the Virizion energy, and then Quaking Punch him, and then Kid Drew catch an energy. He Crushing Hammer it again. Like it's just can totally stop some decks.
I almost completely stole a game away today just from Crushing Hammer hits, knock out your thing.
Right, exactly.
And now you have no energy, and now I still have another turn. I did that for like 3 or 4 turns.
Exactly.
And it's just that's what the deck does, is it just denies your opponent the chance to even play the game.
So we see Aaron go first, attach a grass, and pass. We see Tristen play a Lysander to bring up the Genesect and drop no energy, nothing on board besides the Eevee and the 2 Pikachus.
Is that a Colress for 3?
Yeah. And then Aaron, connect to Aaron's turn, he attaches and passes. Tristan plays the Training Center, evolves to Raichu, and Colorsing for 3. So not a good spot for either player, it doesn't seem like.
No.
I think I saw when Aaron was drawing his opening hand, he seemed a little upset about it.
So who went first?
Aaron went first because he attached.
Oh, that's very good.
And there's the Fire Energy. It's the Flareon.
That's actually pretty big.
Yeah.
Because he has a DC in his hand too, right?
He already attached this turn.
No, yeah.
But yeah, he does have a DC in his hand, yeah.
That even just makes the play of attach retreat to Virizion, Emerald Slash, from very good to not very good.
Definitely. And with that Training Center in play, he has no chance of knocking it out. And if he doesn't have a muscle band, he can't even two-shot it. You see it pass back.
So he has a Plasma in his hand.
Tristan's hand is DCE and Jirachi, which is pretty sick. Aaron probably thinks he has nothing in hand, you know?
Yeah, because he just Colors for 3, but little does he know.
Right, little does he know he has everything. Yeah, I think that's correct by Aaron. No point in red signal anything, just gotta... Wow, the end. He had the soul read. Oh my...
The soul read.
Oh my goodness, how is that possible?
Looked into Tristan's eyes and said...
I know, you have the Jirachi.
You don't get to use those cards.
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, I don't... Unless Aaron actually knows what he has in his hand somehow, I don't think you do that there. I think you're fine. I've talked a lot about how when I play Virizion, I just don't play supports where I don't need them. Like, your deck is so powerful. I just do that in general.
If like my turn is going to be Quaking Punch, take a knockout, or do whatever attack, take a knockout anyway, there's no reason to just play a bunch of extra cards. I like to play really defensively, and if I don't need to do something, even if it furthers my board position, it doesn't seem worth it to just burn resources.
Right. I mean, I think that
I'll obviously attach energy and stuff.
Right. The end's probably fine. I think Aaron's just digging for more stuff. I'm just unsure he actually needed to play it, especially when Tristan has 2 cards in hand.
Yeah.
He can just Emerald Slash and then have that option next turn. You know, he's drawing 6 either way.
What did we see Tristan get off of this end? I think his hand actually got worse. He got 4. He has 4 cards more, but I think his hand might have actually gotten worse.
Well, one of them was the muscle band. That's all we know so far.
Oh.
And Tristen starting his turn while Aaron's still shuffling up. Drops 2, eats the DCE.
Yep.
Might not have a
I
supporter,
think his
though.
hand is Fan Club.
It's N Fire.
Oh, is that an N?
Flareon, yeah.
No, it's
oh,
a
it's
Fan Club.
You're right. Sorry. You know much more about Pokemon Fan Club than I do, obviously.
Clearly, you really need to
step it up.
step your game up.
Aaron has to read the Fan Club.
See, that's one of the things I like. Oh, he has to read it. Poor guy.
He's never been Fan Clubbed.
He's never been Fan Clubbed.
What was one of the things you liked you were going to say?
That if your hand is bad but your board position is fine, you can still just Fan Club for a Jirachi.
Right,
and that's pretty good. Like, that's not a bad play to make, just to grab a Jirachi and then have a supporter next turn.
Exactly. He did fill his bench. I think might have been a slight mistake. It's likely that this Flareon gets knocked out anyway.
Yeah, I
but
think that's Aaron's real. Oh, there you go.
There's the end.
See, it forced Aaron to play that end now, because if he knocks this out, then it gives him the bench space to just use the Jirachi and have whatever supporter he wants.
There's the end.
And of course, Aaron's going to knock it out. It's not like
Right,
he
he
can
has
just leave
to.
it there.
Yeah. But I mean, still drawing 4 cards for Tristan's not the worst thing in the world. Aaron has to, I guess. I guess Tristen could easily have Flareon DCE for the knockout, so Aaron needs to find a second Pokemon. Ending to 4 cards that's not too likely to have, but it's possible. Six. Looks like DCE's at Juniper as well in Tristan's hand.
I think it's a Raichu.
Yeah,
it's
there's definitely a Raichu.
Raichu DCE and
some other things.
I can't see
yeah,
those
we'll see.
cards.
Aaron does find the Ultra Ball, so even if Tristen hits what he needs to, this game will not be completely over.
Yeah.
Getting Mewtwo.
I think he might have prized something that he wanted.
Yeah, he kind of.
He kind of slammed on his prize cards there.
There's the knockout. Aaron looks pretty upset with what's happening right now.
Yeah.
It's based on his body language. Send out the free retreat Raichu. Computer search.
Right.
Beautiful.
Well, if his hand was bad, now it's not.
And there's a DC. If you can computer search for a Flareon, even I think it's worth it here.
Yeah,
he goes down to 1 prize, which is sort of awkward.
I don't like putting it on that Eevee. There's a perfectly good Eevee 6 inches to the left.
Oh yeah, true.
Why would you put it on one of those damage?
Oh, actually, he still has 4 prizes left. He only knocked out the Virizion, so we'll go into 2 prizes, which is much less awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, it just plays the Flareon like face up. Just doesn't even try to conceal what he got with this computer search.
Tristen needs a lesson in mind gaming.
All right, there's the Juniper. And if he has a Pyroar in his hand, it's actually probably game. Like, he can just take this knockout here and then sit behind the Pyroar forever.
Yeah. And he does, doesn't he? He does get a knockout here?
Yeah, he does get the knockout here because he has... I mean, I assume Vengeance is big enough. I'm not actually sure, but I know he has quite a few Pokemon. Because it does 20 times, right?
Right.
He has at least Audino,
Oh.
Eevee, Flareon.
See Aaron getting a little more aggressive with his card flipping there.
Maybe not.
Someone priced the G booster.
Just promotes to the Pyroar. Audino to heal.
I guess that's only... Oh, he's checking to see if it's active or not. Oh, it is only active Pokemon, so he can't...
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting that he would...
Yeah, I mean, the 10 damage isn't very relevant anyway.
Right, but it might mention something because I think he could have gotten the knockout here with the Flareon. He already has at least Audino, Eevee, Flareon in his discard.
I think he needs 7 Pokemon in his discard.
Oh, jeez.
So maybe he's like 2 short or 1 short or something.
4, 5. There's another Litleo.
Yep.
It's just gotta feel bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you're Aaron, just like you're playing your elimination round basically, and you're playing against a deck that was basically built to beat yours.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
You can see Aaron kinda Motioning there. We have an Ultra Ball. Maybe taking it back. Tristan's hand is not very good, though. It's Ultra Ball, Switch, and Litleo. Nice.
I think I counted 5 Pokemon before the Litleo.
Well,
Or maybe I missed.
He definitely discarded Audino, Jirachi, Eevee, Flareon, and now the Litleo. It makes 6.
So that's 6?
That we know, but there might be more.
Oh, so he's still going to only be hitting for 160. So I think he's like, quote unquote, baiting Aaron into playing the G Booster. But if Aaron gets a, I think Aaron has to have, what does he need, Muscle Band and a Red Signal?
To knock out the
Flareon.
The Flareon. Yes, because he had the training center.
Oh, yep.
And he has it, but he's...
training center?
Yeah. What's that?
120.
It had 20 damage on it.
Chad Vasquez hanging out. Being a backseat commentator over here. And there's the Pyroar up top.
Do we know if Tristen plays Blacksmith?
It seems like a card you would play, but I don't actually know. It's also possible that there's just not room. He's already playing things like Training Center and all these stage 1s. Reveals what's in his hand. Aaron going for the Jirachi. We don't have Juniper. The unfortunate thing, as you said before, is that if Tristen can't find another Pyroar, there actually are 4 prizes left on Tristan's bench, just like last game. I think that's unlikely to happen, but the momentum certainly has swung in Aaron's favor now.
Yeah. Is that a DCE on that Pyroar?
Yes.
Okay.
Tristen only has Switch in hand.
Yeah.
Asking how many cards are in his hand. The answer is 1. Playing a Mr. Mime. Passing the turn back. Lysander off the top. Doesn't do much.
No, it really doesn't.
I would just save that. I hope he saves. Oh.
Yeah.
Bringing up the Jirachi. Yeah, I can't get behind that. Such an important resource for late in the game.
And especially just like passing.
Right, exactly.
If he had energy and could just hit it for 160, like that's fine. But
I mean, if he had energy though, I would just knock out the Genesect, right?
Maybe.
And still like save the Lysander to take your next prize off Jirachi for game.
Right, but he would just need another energy. So he can just do the basic not discard attack with Pyroar on the Jirachi. And then just from the body language that Aaron's given off, I think he kind of has guessed that the G Booster's prized.
Right.
So we switch and a Juniper.
There's 7 off the Juniper.
He's really digging for something.
There's the retreat to the Mr. Mime. Town map.
I wish Alan was here. Looks like G Booster, Energy Switch, Juniper, and Grass.
Is that a G Booster? Which one is the G Booster?
Second from the right.
Perhaps.
It has a blue border.
Okay, then yeah.
I don't think it's laser. So.
Yeah. Skylar.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe it's Color Machine.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there's a G Booster, and momentum has definitely swung right back into.
Yeah. Does he have another switch? Oh, yes, he does. Okay.
And there's the G Booster. Sends up the Raichu.
And he took the grass off of that. Gotta love Terry Cam's energy.
Yeah, I think he's announcing seniors top 8 or something like that. Junior or something.
Oh.
I don't know. Did you lose, David? You eliminated?
I'm X1-1, so I just win too.
Oh, okay. David Cohen has moves to X1 and 1. And one more prize for Aaron. Juniper for Tristen, but it might be too late. 4 prizes left. No easy on board yet.
Can we see what he got off of the Juniper? He got an Ultra Ball.
Ultra Ball, discarding Pikachu and Switch. She also has a Fire Energy, so you can easy attach. Get Flareon if it's in there.
If it's there.
I don't know how many he plays or anything. I know he's gone through 2 so far. This deck seems like a deck that could benefit from Super Rod being legal.
Yeah.
Sacred Ash is like just terrible. I mean, you probably have to play it because you probably want to recycle stuff.
He's grabbing a Leafeon. That's too bad.
So the Leafeon, does he 20 times the amount of energy?
It is 20 times. So he'll be hitting for,
100?
I believe, 120. I think that's a grass. I think it's a grass. Oh, that's a muscle band underneath that.
Yeah, so 100.
Okay, so 100 damage. Yeah.
Doesn't do much though.
No, it really doesn't.
I think he's just gonna have to hope that.
Especially with his hand being fan club again.
At least he has N. I think.
He has an N. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna hope that Aaron takes the knockout here, and then he can N him down. But yeah, Aaron's doing the smart thing and keeping the G booster one up.
Yeah, I mean that is smart. I don't like getting rid of the grass instead of the plasma energy.
True. That's probably suboptimal.
Now I just have to wait. Right now I have to wait to see if I can.
What's your record?
4-1.
Ian Whiten, World's 2013 Senior Division semifinalist, has won his match. He's on the bubble for top 8.
Yeah, it's good for center. What should I play for center?
Flygon.
And scooping him up, moving to a game 3. Really interesting.
Yeah.
After how the first game went, I did not expect this game to be going to, or this match to be going to a game 3. But I guess it's kind of what happens when you play a deck like Flareon that's kind of more synergistic than powerful, really. You know, there's lots of decks out there, like Virizion actually, that are just very powerful and very synergistic.
Yeah.
There's lots of decks kind of like Donphan that aren't that powerful but are synergistic, and same thing with Flareon.
I'd say Donphan's pretty powerful.
I mean, it's good, but like, I don't think that.
I think it's the combination of things that make it powerful.
Exactly.
Not really. Like Donphan itself isn't very strong, but when you have Donphan and strong energy and fighting stadium.
Right, and then also like Sigilyphs and stuff.
And all the things that all the things that you can hit into, it just makes it such a strong deck.
Whereas decks like Evil Tall, for instance, are just like literally Evil Tall and energy is the combo. You know what I mean? This is a powerful card.
Yeah. The combo is the card itself and not everything else.
And so when you get this kind of deck like Flareon, where it's like, I have a lot of different pieces, none of them are super powerful, but in the right situations they're powerful. You know, like Flareon attacking with 2 Pokemon in your discard pile versus a Seismitoad doesn't really do much, you know what I mean, for instance, but against what it's good against.
Who was it that made top 8 with Flareon in Worlds 2013? Was that Dylan Bryan?
Yeah, Dylan Bryan made top 8.
The first instance that we saw Flareon.
Or he actually made top 16, but yeah, he was playing like, because he lost to Jason, and then Jason beat John Bristow in top 8 in that like situation, big mess, but yeah, Dylan Bryan also played Donphan for what it's worth.
He's one of the most innovative players that I can think of in recent memory.
Definitely. And Tristen gets to go first. Aaron finally got the setup that he wants, which is active Virizion, bench Genesect on turn 1. Again, open-handing computer search, just straight for the fire.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're going to play it anyway.
I mean, it's kind of tilting.
Fine.
Like, it's kind of tilting for his opponent, probably.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, computer search for an energy that puts me so far ahead of you, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would do it too, and I'm not going to lie.
Right.
If I can tell, like, Aaron seems like the kind of player he just has seemed like to get on tilt.
Right, he's
very
definitely
easily.
worn his emotions on his sleeve in this game.
Yeah. Which is not really a bad thing,
Right.
but it just leaves his opponents the opportunity to take advantage of it and play open-handedly like that.
Sure. And there's a Mewtwo. And this actually, turn 1 Flareon versus Aaron going second is just a huge game.
Oh, yeah, it's very strong.
He attaches to the Virizion and it gets knocked out if Tristen has a DCE.
We see attached to the Mewtwo here. I think he's figuring out.
Trying to go for it.
That Emerald Slash just isn't going to happen this game.
Looking through a 7 off the Juniper.
Is that Mime down again?
Is Mime relevant in this matchup?
It has not been relevant at all, other than to be a thing that's not one of his big EXs.
Right. I suppose he maybe also doesn't know that, you know? Like with
Right.
all the weird stuff Tristan's playing, he could be playing something that snipes.
like here again, it's just the thing that isn't a
EX.
2 prize.
Right.
And so in that sense, I think it is relevant as it forces the odd prize,
Right.
which I like. I like forcing my opponents to go to an odd prize whenever I can. That seems like a pretty standard thing that you want to do.
Especially
Force them to fight for that quote-unquote 7th prize.
Right. Especially considering that that's kind of the same game plan that Tristen is on too. Is just like you're gonna
Right.
have to take. I'm gonna be taking 2 prizes. You take 1. So
Yeah.
if you can
Yeah.
slow that down, it kind of
Yeah.
puts you at more of an advantage.
I'm surprised that Tristen doesn't have a Mewtwo in there, because you'd think that being like one of the biggest things to just counter that Flareon. Not counter, but
right. I mean, it does kind of counter it. You know, it can come out of nowhere with a
soft
DCE.
counter.
Yeah. Also, you're already playing DCE, so it seems like seems strange you wouldn't play Mewtwo.
Even just to play 1 seems good.
But no energy from Tristen there. He just switched into his Eevee again, kind of playing the same game that Aaron's playing now by putting a non-EX
Trying to play
irrelevant
footsie with each
Pokemon
other and see who will
active.
come in first.
Basically. There's a Mewtwo with a 2 energy on it now. I think that's just 2 basic grass.
Yeah, it's just 2 grass.
There's a Colress for 4. Genesect and pass of the turn. Top deck for Tristen is a Colress. Also has an Ultra Ball and an Energy Retrieval. I guess Energy Retrieval acts as like a pseudo Super Rod.
Yeah,
In that case,
because if you have... Do we know if he plays Sacred Ash?
no, but like I said before, I assume he doesn't. Like, you don't want to be putting Pokemon back in.
Right,
You
right.
do
No, yeah.
because your Pokemon are little, but also you need
If
to
you
feel
can just
vengeance.
if you know you can get them back that turn or something. Because
Right.
you could Sacred Ash like Flareon's back in and then Energy Retrieval for fires.
Right.
Seems cute.
And there's an Ultra Ball for the Eevee.
Yeah. Aaron's sitting there shaking his head.
He's winning too. Like
How dare he have that Ultra Ball?
he's in a fine position.
Gosh.
Aaron still seems a little upset.
Yeah.
And there's a Jirachi and a Colress.
Yeah.
Colress for 6.
Colors for 6 is fine. I wouldn't want to put down the Jirachi.
Yeah, I agree. No reason to.
No reason to just
do
give
that
him
to
that
yourself.
that extra win condition.
Yeah. I'd also just rather play the Colress either way. Like even if the Jirachi
Yeah, like
has like
6 cards,
200
like
hit
6
points.
cards is fine. There's
Right.
nothing
Like,
wrong with
what are you
that.
gonna get? You're the only option you're gonna get is Juniper or discarding your Colress. Like,
Yeah,
that just seems way
or
worse.
then ending and then having
Right.
getting 6 cards anyway, and also having a Jirachi on your bench now.
Exactly. And there's a Skyla.
I guess we can see a switch here. Or maybe a muscle band if he has it already. Oh yeah. I think Aaron might be giving Tristen too much time.
There's the red signal.
Alright, I like that. I like that. hitting it for
Unfortunate
60 and just
it's
forcing it
knockout.
out.
Right.
Because that 2 retreat, it's either going to be using a 2 fires or a double colorless, and those are both things you don't want to have to discard for no reason.
Definitely.
So that goes down to 50 because of the Audino. And then we see a Juniper from Tristen.
Discarding at least 2 Pokemon, maybe more.
I think it was like 3 or 4.
Yeah. There's Leafeon and another Flareon. DCE in his hand too.
Interesting. I can't imagine he's getting a knockout already with Vengeance here.
Sorry?
I can't imagine he's getting a knockout with Vengeance here.
No, I don't think he can. He would need so many.
Yeah.
Does he get a knockout with a bigger attack though? I honestly don't know.
It does 90, so...
Weird that he would attach there then. He's just going to get immediately responded to.
Right. I mean, if you just don't have any other options.
Yeah.
Hitting for 110 is okay.
I'm also very surprised that he hasn't just gone, like, used all his resources to get Pyro here.
Right.
Like, the only thing he has is G-Booster, and I don't think that, like, Tristen is more likely to be able to win with Pyro quickly than Aaron can find G-Booster and reuse it a bunch.
So what do we see, 6 or 7? Pokemon?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep.
7?
8.
8. Okay, so
So that's
120.
120?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's an attack,
It's got
you know?
50, so
Hopefully that last card in Tristan's hand is something relevant.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Helps him get that Megalo Cannon going.
There's the letter.
I think I'd like to see a Megalo Cannon here if he can pull it off.
That's there. And the Juniper. He can. Does the Mewtwo doesn't have a DC on, right? It's 2 grass.
It's just 2 grass, yeah.
Right, so he'd need.
You need a switch. Oh, there's the town map.
Town map. He'd need switch energy switch
Yep.
to get that off, and I think he's fine just knocking it out with the Mewtwo. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I think you're fine to get your Mewtwo knocked out before your Genesect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's a bigger deal to you. And there's a Colress and an N.
Is that a card? Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and play the Colress.
For a measly 7 cards.
And with Aaron playing no stadiums, which is not his fault, just no Virizion decks do.
I mean, that's just standard.
Right,
that's the thing that I like about playing stadiums. And
Exactly.
if I'm playing a deck that has a stadium versus Virizion Genesect, I just slap it down because I know there's nothing that they can. Generally, there's nothing they're gonna play in it.
It's just gonna stay there literally forever.
Yeah.
I think he has 10 Pokemon now.
Yes, he does.
Wonderful. There's
Did he
the
hit the double
Pyroar.
colorless? Doesn't look
No.
like it. I don't think he has any energy at all.
Nope, that's unfortunate.
There isn't. He does play Megaphone. I wasn't sure if he did. I haven't really noticed it.
I'd like to see him save Megaphone for that.
Oh yeah,
G-Booster.
definitely. That should be the first thing that he's thinking about when he looks at that card is I need to save this for the G booster.
Just passes the turn. Yeah, I think Aaron got pretty lucky there not to have his Mewtwo knocked out. Now he can just kind of sit back and we talked about how last turn getting his Mewtwo knocked out is not that big of a deal, and now he just gets to free roll it basically.
Yeah.
At this point, I think you could probably go ahead and try and knock the Flareon out with the Genesect. Although I don't think you can actually because of Training Center.
No, yeah, that's why I was hoping he would get a Megalo Cannon off last turn.
Right.
Because then he could give himself the opportunity to maybe get a Muscle Band this turn on this Flareon and then Megalo Cannon. But then it puts him in that situation of, oh, I don't have a Genesect to put a G-Booster on now.
And there's 7 cards for Aaron.
It just depends on how aggressive he feels like he needs to be with
Definitely.
Genesect. Alright, I like this.
And There's the muscle band on the Pyroar.
Does Tristen have another supporter? Oh, he has ends.
Yeah, I think he has multiple ends, I think. Which is not the best, but fine here.
Yeah, I mean, it gets the job done.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you can, like,
It's pretty good end to 4 from Aaron.
Yeah, there's the DCE, but depending on what's else in his hand, I don't. Attaching it to the Flareon there seems a little short-sighted.
It's what he has to do, really. But
I guess he has to draw
is he going
cards.
to 3 prizes?
What non-EX would he have knocked out?
I thought he. Oh no, Mr. Martin's right there. Is he only taking 1 prize? I don't know. I missed how many.
I think he's still at 4. His prizes are just white sleeves, so they just kind of blend together.
Oh,
so
he does a 3 and 3.
Yeah,
okay,
I think that's what it is. And I suppose if he can just sit behind that Pyroar, it doesn't really matter that he can take an extra turn or 2 to attack with it. You know, like I guess attaching the DCE there and just taking prizes was probably fine.
Right.
There's the Jirachi.
He's grabbing it in here. I like that play.
And Aaron's gonna go ahead and draw 5. Yeah, Tristen drew 4 off that. He's a 3 and 3 layout. Aaron with 5 cards, and that just has to be a knockout.
Yep.
20 on, I guess the Litleo probably. No, the other EV. That's fine too.
Did he take? He hasn't taken a prize for that then, has he? Because he's killed the flare. Oh,
nope,
okay.
he has it.
Okay,
He realizes
okay.
it now. Taking a Shadow Triad.
Yeah.
Which prompts Tristen to look through his discard pile. See if he has a. I think he's actually counting switch numbers there. He seems to stop at the switches, but seeing if the G booster was there. Lysandering. Like that. See, Tristen has been very aggressive with his Lysanders, and I'm not sure how much I like it.
I don't think it's bad necessarily, but it's kind of just banking on Aaron not having the cards that he needs, which in this case is just an energy to retreat.
Right.
Because Jirachi only has a 1 retreat cost.
Right, exactly. If it were like a 2 or 3 energy retreat cost, obviously that's good, but just basically throwing away a Lysander to make your opponent with like an 8-card hand have an energy.
Yeah, now Aaron's going to slap down that G booster.
And looks like this game's going towards Aaron's favor, honestly.
How much time do we have left in the round?
Most of the tables look like they're done, so I'm not sure, but it's probably inching pretty close.
Okay.
Looks like there's some confusion over Pokemon is being promoted, but yeah, this looks like a game that Tristen can't win.
It's not looking very good.
Yeah, retreat to the Pikachu and pass the turn. Energy switch.
Yep.
Oh, getting back to Plasma.
Oh, yeah,
get the Litleo, and this game should be locked up.
Yeah. Oh, and there he goes for the Shadow Triad again. Yeah.
Megaphone, but he has a Shadow Triad to buy it back. He doesn't even need it, actually, I don't think.
No, I think he's
no more Pyroars. He should be able to take 2 prizes in a row.
Yeah, that EV has 40 damage on it, so...
Oh, wow, it does?
Yeah, because he's Megalocaned it twice.
Right.
So if Tristen can't get a Flareon or put that thing active... Oh, but it doesn't matter because he has a Shadow Triad. So...
Oh, right. Yep. Looks like Tristen's...
There it is.
Gonna go ahead and scoop it up. Aaron looks very relieved to win that game, or win that match.